welcome back to another episode of Desert Girls Live. I am Tarina.
Hi, I'm Anna.
Hi, this is Liz.
And in today's episode, we are going to be talking about culture and traditions in our own country. So this is going to be a very interesting episode. And so I invite everyone, no matter where you're from, whichever country you're watching us from, time zone, I would like you to participate in our discussion. So drop in the comment section where you're watching us from. And as we share, we want you to share as well some of the traditions that you follow and something about the culture of your home country. So as I said earlier, welcome to everyone. Welcome from the beautiful Jamaica and from Anna and Liz coming live from Dubai. So when we speak about culture, we are talking about food. We are talking about music. We are talking about religion. We are talking about traditions of a country. Okay, so all of that encapsulates what culture is. And being a proud Jamaican, I'm representing my country today, my colors. So not only am I here to talk about, culture in Jamaica as well, being that we are in the month of August, as a Jamaican, we celebrated Emancipation Day on August 1, and Independence Day will be coming up in a few days on August 6. So this month for us as Jamaican is a very proud one. It's a very significant month in our history, and we are just elated. And not only that, we have the Olympics to help us to celebrate as well. So as we move on in our discussion, I want to talk a little about, history of emancipation in Jamaica. So as Jamaicans, our ancestors are slaves. We're slaves and the Taino Arawaks as well. So we are bonded to the Africans, especially the Ashanti tribe in Ghana. Okay, so on August 1 in 1838, emancipation came about. And emancipation is basically the freedom from slavery. Okay, so that is a major celebration here in Jamaica, and it is also a public holiday as well. So coming on August 6th, we will be celebrating our independence as a country. Okay, so on August 6th in 1962, Jamaica became independent from the British. Okay, British colonization. And so here's following that, we have been celebrating our rich culture. And we celebrate our rich culture in our music. As you know, reggae music was originated in Jamaica.
Oh, yeah.
It's renowned worldwide. When you hear the name Bob Marley, you think about Jamaica.
Yes.
You think about Jamaica. So I'll just stop here for a while, and I would like Hannah to share something about your country's tradition or culture.
Thanks, Serena. But yes, I learned a little bit of history over there.
Yes,
I know, me too.
How many years are you independent from? Like, how many years did they colonize you? Or
59. I think this year is our 59th year, and I hope my viewers will correct me if I am wrong.
All right.
1962.
90. All right.
Yes.
Oh wow. And also, like, I love your colors. Like, I think you're doing this. Our topic coincides with the Olympics as well, because I thought you're wearing a jersey for the Olympics.
Yes, both of them. To celebrate the colors of my country, and also to represent, our team in the Olympics.
I know. Oh, before I share my story, let's just say hi to some of our viewers tonight, or today. There. Hey, ladies from Georgia.
Hi, Georgia.
Thanks for tuning in. Ian, hello, DG ladies. Thank you for supporting us. Come and say hi, Ian. Oh, Is it 59 years? She said, Alicia
Yes,
says
59
59,
years this
right?
year.
Yeah,
So 59.
59. Perfect. So the what I'm going to be talking about is something that I've experienced as a child. We have this tradition. Actually, when Tarina said, a tradition of a country, but I'm thinking now, oh, it's a tradition of my neighborhood. So maybe, Liz, correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe it happens somewhere else. I don't know. But we have this thing every month of May, because May for us in the Philippines is like Flores de Mayo. So it's a Spanish for basically flowers of May,
Mm-hmm.
and it's basically a devotion for the Blessed Virgin Mary. So as you know, and we are colonized by the Spanish. For Tarina, will beat you to this 333 years,
300 years. Yes, 300
300 something
years.
years.
More than
Yeah,
300 years.
more than, yeah.
Oh, that's
So that's part of a little history lesson. But so yes, in my neighborhood during the month of May, we have this thing called procession or procession. So basically, every night, we would like all the neighbor, like, because we live in like little subdivisions, like little villages. So like we would gather and everyone would just procession, like people like walk around the neighborhood and just basically sing the Hail Mary and there would always be two people carrying the Blessed Virgin Mary on their
Like a
shoulders,
small
like a
carriage.
little cart
Yes.
or
Mm-hmm.
something like that. And
Mm-hmm.
this is what one thing that I really loved about growing up in my neighborhood, because for me, when I was a child, it meant for me that I could spend time outdoors after dinner with my friends. So
Yeah.
we yeah, and so after that procession thing, after some prayers, then each household, like every night, or would team up, and we'll have like little snacks, like juice boxes and little snacks,
Little
which is what I love.
sandwiches.
Yeah, sandwiches. So basically it happens during the summer months, and like in between school year, like the summer. Wait, was it summer? Yeah, it should be summer in the Philippines. So like me as a kid, I loved it. Like I really loved this tradition that we have.
Mm-hmm.
And until now, like in my teen years, when I went back to the Philippines during high school, like I would still participate in it. So that's one thing that I love. So over to you, Liz.
Oh, that really made me smile, Anna, thinking
Yeah.
about all the procession that I've seen when I
Did,
was also growing up back home.
did you
You
have
know,
that, the same thing?
yes, we do have something similar because I think it's common all across the Philippines. I think
Uh-huh.
different what you call it, villages do it around the same time in May, which is of course
Yes.
the Flores de Mayo saying. I
Yeah.
think it's just more, it's grander in other villages rather than in some. Some is like
Yes.
small, but others is like
Yes.
grand celebration.
Yeah,
That
I
really made me
think that,
smile.
yeah, true. In the city, as you were saying earlier, like in the city, there would be like, how do you call it? Reina, like Reina
Yes,
Elena's,
there's
like
a Reina
really
Elena, there's a
very
Reina
production, big
Emperatriz. There's
production.
Yes, it's like it attracts a bigger crowd as well. But yeah,
Yeah,
it's one of those things that really makes me miss childhood, right?
yeah.
What can I say? All right, tradition. Because earlier you were saying as part of the procession, there's two people carrying like the Blessed Virgin Mary on their shoulders. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like it's either in a small carriage type in a wood,
Yeah,
and then it's encased
yeah.
in a wooden thingy like this, right? It's either that,
Yeah.
and then in that, I actually remembered one of the most popular traditions back in the Philippines, which is bayanihan. Bayanihan in its common sense is like people helping each other. That's the general
Yeah.
sense of that. Back then, literally it meant, one house. In the olden days, houses are made of nipa, which is like easier to carry. It's not like cement. So you literally lift the house and help.
Oh.
You have neighbors and friends lifting your old house and moving it
Mhm.
literally. I don't know, to wherever you're moving. So that's the
Oh.
literal concept of bayanihan. But now, in this modern times, especially during the pandemic, I just remembered now that Bayanihan has also evolved into a similar concept in terms of, community pantries or
Yeah.
people helping each other's neighbors, you have, well-off people who have set up, donation drives to help poorer communities, especially during lockdown. So I think in its sense, the tradition of Bayanihan, from how it originated before, still exists now. And I think that's the beauty of tradition, isn't it? It continues, it
Yes.
evolves, and it's still very much rooted to where we are
Yeah.
and who we are today, right?
Yes.
Right. I love that word. How can we translate it for Tarina? Like,
Ooh.
what's the closest word that we can use for bayanihan? It's
Um, bayan,
like
bayan,
one,
bayan in Tagalog,
one
bayan is Tagalog. So in English, bayan is like
town,
a
a
country or a
town.
town, right?
Yeah,
So town is
and
like people within the
Okay.
same town helping each other, something like
like a
that.
one, like your one
As
unit,
one,
something like that.
yes. Like,
As one town, as one country, something like that.
yeah. So that's one, Serena. So that's a little bit more about the Philippines from us to you.
Yes,
So
Tarina.
hi,
Yes,
Laville.
I'm learning a lot.
Luville is watching from Canada. Let's say
Hi,
hi. Good
Lavelle.
morning. Good morning,
Hi.
Luville. And Georgia. Hi, Georgia.
Hello, Georgia.
Oh, representing what's 876?
That's the area code for Jamaica. 876.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
Oh,
that's
all
So,
our
so
area
right.
if we
code.
want to call you, plus 876.
Yes, 876.
Right. Interesting.
Right.
Interesting.
Good to know.
Hi,
Watching
Precious.
from the UK. Hi, Precious. Thank
Thanks for
you.
joining us.
Hi.
Thank you. There we go.
Okay, thank you so much. And I really appreciate all our viewers, on our live today. And I hope they will be able to share some traditions and culture from their own country as well. And being a Jamaican, I can't talk about culture without talking about our food, right? Jamaica, Jamaica is big on food. We are big on spices and flavor.
Mm-hmm.
So Jamaican food, it is a brand. When you go overseas and you talk about Jamaican food, you know, the thing that comes to your mind is just mouth watering. It's good, it's delicious, it's tasty, it's spicy. So when you talk about Jamaica, one of the first thing that comes to your mind is jerk chicken. So that is a big part of our culture. Our food and our national dish is ackee and saltfish, and you'll find that at any hotel, any restaurant that you go in Jamaica. And because we love food so much, a lot of the traditions that we follow in Jamaica, especially at Easter time, when you have Christians remembering the death and resurrection of Jesus, we Christians would some Christians would mostly focus on eating fish. They'll cut out certain meat and they will focus on eating fried fish, steamed fish, whatever, any way you want to prepare it. And they will also focus on bun and cheese. So this
Mm.
is cheddar cheese with spice
Interesting.
bun that is made in Jamaica. And during Easter time, almost every household will have bun and cheese to eat. So when I came back a few weeks ago, I had my bun and cheese and fried fish last week
Wow.
because I said
That's
I missed out on it.
amazing.
Yeah.
I'm eating what I can now. But Jamaica, we love spices, and a lot of our food, came over from the Spaniards, and it came over from Africa, in the days of slavery. So right here in Jamaica, you will find a mixture of food that represents our history as well. And a part of our culture is our language. Even though our original native language is English in Jamaica, we also have our patois, what we call patois, right? That's our Creole,
Mhm.
that's our dialect. And it's
Wow.
a mixture of English and Spanish, coming over from slavery. So in Jamaica, instead of saying, how are you, we would say, what a guan,
Uh-huh.
how you
Wataguan.
do,
Ah,
what a guan, or wagwan.
Wataguan. Ah,
Wagwan. It's just saying hi, how are you? You know? And instead of saying like morning, we say morning. So it's like
Money.
bro, morning,
Manen.
morning,
Manen.
Like
how are you? Good morning, how are you? Instead of
Like,
saying come here, we
Interesting.
would say come here, come
come
here,
here, come
come
here,
here.
Come, yeah.
come
All
here,
right.
Yes,
come here.
yes. So that's our dialect. It's called patois, and it's something that when we travel overseas, persons definitely they'll say it's a Jamaican accent. You know, we have the Jamaican accent.
Mhm.
Speak Jamaican for me, even though we say okay, it's our dialect. You know, we speak English, but people
Mhm.
just think that okay, that's the only thing we speak. So that's a major part of our culture, our language.
And there's some
Interesting.
Karina that have like a very strong accent, right?
Yes,
A Jamaican, like it goes like flowy, like
It's like
yes.
waving.
We
yeah,
have
it's waving.
14 parishes in Jamaica. Just like, you know, in the UAE, we have 7 emirates. In
Yeah.
Jamaica,
Mm,
we have our parishes. So in different
parishes.
parishes,
Okay.
you'll find the dialect. You will find a different accent of the dialect or the different
Oh,
twist to the
right.
dialect.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
All right.
yes.
Can you do
So,
one? Like some, can you do?
I don't want to offend anyone, but
Okay.
in
Okay,
another,
never mind.
in another parish,
In your parish or in
yeah,
your
I'm from Clarendon, so I would say to someone, where you go? In another,
way,
like, where are you going? Where you go?
Wayago,
Where
Like a
you
Wayago.
go?
shortcut, right? Like way I go. It's
Yes,
like
a
shortcut to
shortcut.
where are you
Yeah,
going?
we chop it.
Okay.
Another
Uh-huh.
person in
Okay.
another parish, then I say, where you been go?
Okay, don't tell
Oh,
us.
okay.
Where are you
Way a
going?
bango.
Yes, where you been go?
Huh,
So you hear the
okay.
difference. Where
Ah,
you go versus where you
Wayago,
been go?
Okay.
Wayago.
Whereas I think it's
Oh,
in the Philippines also, Anna, the different dialects would say it differently, but they just have a little
It
bit
means
of
the
yes.
same
accent
thing,
or
but it's a little,
intonation.
yes.
Yes, but at
Yeah.
least Serena would probably understand everyone in Jamaica. Like in the Philippines, I wouldn't understand everyone. Like
Yes,
Me
it's
too.
like
I
someone
wouldn't.
who lives northern who would speak Ilocano or who would
Yeah,
speak Kapampangan. I don't know what they're talking about.
I
Or the
know.
ones from
I
the
wish
south,
I have a dialect. I
Bisaya.
don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. We just
okay.
know that it's a Philippine dialect, but we don't know what exactly it means, you know. It's like when you
E-
hear it, it's your
when you
kabayan
hear it,
talking a different dialect.
or I
Oh,
could know that it's Ilonggo because they're so sweet. Ilongga,
Sweet.
palanga,
Yes,
like
they're so
something sweet.
sweet. I know.
yeah,
Ah,
that's true. In our country, you know, even though the dialect it sounds different in another parish, it means the same thing. So I will understand
Yeah.
everyone just the
Mhm.
same.
That's yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, hey,
interesting.
lady. Oh, Tarina. Someone saying hi. Hi,
Hi,
Tarina.
Terry.
Hi,
Watching
Carrie.
on YouTube.
Hi.
Let's say hi, Georgia. Oh, George wasn't. Didn't we say hi to Georgia, or
Yeah,
it's a different Georgia?
No,
it's the Saint
she's on
Georgia.
both
Oh, it's the
platforms.
same. Oh, I
Oh,
think
they're
in YouTube
talking.
they can
Hi,
talk to
Georgia.
each
Hi,
other.
Carrie.
Hi, Georgia. Hi, Carrie. Jamaica. Yes, they and the Jamaican food. Like I think is it one of the ones that you showed us last week, maybe or two
Yes,
weeks ago? The Jamaican
yes,
patties.
Yeah.
It looks like our empanadas.
yes, the Jamaican patties.
Oh my
Yes.
Your
gosh.
empanada, your patties is like this big, maybe,
Yes, about this, yeah. About this
and
big.
our empanadas is like this big.
Oh,
And
I want an
it
empanada.
has minced beef
Yeah,
inside. We have beef inside. That's the
Ye-
more traditional one.
Filling.
yeah. Mince beef.
Yes. Yes. But now
Yes,
you can get it with vegetables and
yes,
curry chicken and cheese and
yeah,
shrimp. Oh,
yeah,
it has evolved.
yeah. It has evolved. Jamaican food. Yes, Carrie says it's the best. Oh, what? So I think Speedy heard us talking.
Wagwan.
Wagawan, Wagawan,
Wagwan.
Wagwan. Where are you,
Wagwan.
or where are you going?
Wagwan. She means hi, hello, what's up?
Wagwan.
Oh,
Wagwan.
okay.
Thank you,
Wagwan.
Speedy.
Yeah.
Oh, Jackie says, love hearing Tarina's native dialect.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Jackie.
Jackie. Hi.
Jackie. Oh, I wish you could, Jackie, tell us a word in Ilocana.
Actually, speaking of Ilocano, Ian's family is actually from the north.
Oh,
So he understands a bit of Ilocano. He speaks a little bit of Ilocano, but I don't understand anything.
oh,
So
okay.
yeah, I'm more of
Ah,
the usual Tagalog. I
you're
wish I have a
Tagalog with the ga.
dialect.
With do you have the
I'm just
ga?
Tagalog.
Ano na ga?
Well, because my mom is from Batangas, so I have Batangas Tagalog.
Yeah.
Anuga, right? Like that.
Big.
But
What's it?
nothing else.
Yeah. And hi, Gority. Let's
Hi.
Hi.
oh
All
no,
right.
we're
So thank
getting
you so much,
chef
everyone, for
chef
tuning
Enough
in.
different Patty. Nice bad
Patty
mama.
night. Mm.
That's my
Oh,
cousin. She's talking in patois.
thank you for watching to all our viewers right now.
Yes, really appreciate it.
All
Really, really
right.
All
appreciate it.
right.
It's so interesting when we can share about our culture and our tradition. It's really a blessing because we have to keep that dear to us. That
Yeah.
growing up and learning about it and living it helps to mold us, into who we are today. That same culture and traditions that we have been following since we were little girls growing up. So it's
Mm-hmm.
amazing.
Yeah.
It's
There's one more thing
amazing.
I remembered now, actually, if I might share, Tarina. No? So in terms of
Yes.
tradition, from my father's side of the family, actually, this is one tradition that up until now we're doing. So this is the family reunion, so which is annual. So it's an annual family reunion that happens on the 26th of December, so the day after Christmas. So it's when it's the entire family from my father's side gets together. Of course, these are all pre-pandemic, pre-COVID times. But
Mm-hmm.
imagine like all of the family. So from my father's side, so all of his siblings, all of their spouses, their kids, their grandkids would all get together in one big gathering
Oh
every year.
wow.
So people would come from different provinces within the Philippines. Some are in Manila, some are coming from the provinces, but they would all come together. And when they do, they actually bring food from wherever they're coming from, where it's from Bicol, where it's from Pangasinan, or from Marikina, or wherever. And my aunts, especially my aunts, would always have their signature dishes. They bring every single time. So as you can imagine, we grew up to these family reunions every year. So this is something that's very dear to my father's heart, because this is something that my grandfather, his father, passed on to them. So what happens is they take turns in hosting it. So it starts from their eldest, and then the next year it will be the second eldest. So every year, everyone takes turns to host, to organize,
Oh.
like where are we going to have it? They're
Mm-hmm.
organizing transportation, maybe they're organizing the food, the
Yeah.
menu. So it's a big gathering that that we really treasure. So cousins meet up. Of course, even
Mm-hmm.
there's social media, it's still different
Yeah.
catching up in person, right? Like seeing
Yeah.
how the babies have now grown up. How old I feel every time I see the kids already grown up. It's like, how old are you now? So it's those family gatherings that I think is very deeply rooted within the Filipino culture, no,
Yes.
Anna? Like
Yes.
we have huge family gatherings. We
Yeah.
love
Yeah.
eating together. We
But
love having
yes.
the excuse to eat together. And family reunions is the best venue for catching up, eating together, saying grace together, and of
True.
course, looking forward to continue being in each other's lives. So that's
Yeah.
one tradition actually that I remembered right now.
Okay,
Nice.
that's great. And it sounds like in Christmas time in Jamaica, that's when we
Mm,
will have our, the biggest gathering of family members coming together, during Christmas
Yeah.
time, and we will
yes,
have lots of food. Everybody will come,
always.
whether you live in the city or in the country. Everyone will gather, and it usually be at either your mother's house or your grandmother's house. It's a patriarch of the family. One of our elders, we would gather at that house, and everyone will Either you bring something to cook, whether it's something to contribute to the pot, or you brought your meal already prepared, but persons just come gather and you'll bring your juice, your liquor, your red stripe beer, your rum, whatever it is. And trust me, the reggae music will be blasting in the background.
I'm
So as I said,
sure.
all
I'm
of
sure.
this all of this is before COVID, and I know because of the
Mm,
pandemic we can't gather like that anymore. And it is sad, but we do keep these traditions close to our hearts, and we remember, and we
yes.
are waiting for the day when we can gather like this again. In
Mhm.
Jamaica, we would say we will gather to run a boat. So when you hear somebody say run a boat, we're not talking about going on the seas. We're talking about cooking. All right,
Oh,
run a
okay.
boat. Yes, and when
Run the
the
boots.
food
All
is
right.
almost when the food is almost finished, you hear them say the ship almost land. So things like that. We miss those things.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
Yeah.
Ah, memories. Hopefully one day someday
Yes.
Yes.
again.
Yes. Let's take some more comments and then we will wrap up, Anna.
We will. Yep.
Yes.
Let's see. Oh, Jackie says she. Yeah, Jackie's asking where in.
We're in northern Ian lives. So his family is actually from Cagayan and Isabela,
All right.
Ilocano.
Oh, Georgia. Oh, Georgia has more.
Me na come.
Benacom,
Mhm.
Midego,
All right. Hanover
Hanover.
and
She said
Montego
Hanover.
Bay. All
She said
right.
Hanover though.
Yes.
Hanover. All right. I heard
Hanover and
Hanover.
Montego
She
Bay.
say like me na go Hanover. Where
Mm.
you going? Me na go Hanover in Montego Bay. Just she's telling you where she's going.
Um, oh wow, Jackie has
The same
reunions too.
tradition.
Yes,
Same.
same
Yeah, it's really
traditions.
nice. I miss
All
that.
right, and this is our last comment. Looking beautiful, ladies. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thank
chef.
you so much.
Okay, so Tarina, shall we
Uh,
wrap up?
Yes, yes, we would. And I would like to wrap up with just sharing what the colors, I don't know which side is it on? The colors of my flag,
Mm-hmm.
black, green, and gold. Those
Mm-hmm.
are the colors of the Jamaican flag. And I think we are one of the only countries that our flag does not have white or red in it. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, so
Interesting.
black
Yeah.
is for the strength of the people.
Mm-hmm.
The gold represents the beautiful sunshine of Jamaica, and the green represents prosperity or the lush greenness of Jamaica.
Wow, I
Yes.
love this episode. So much
There's so
knowledge
much
and
history.
detail
It says
about
like,
Jamaica.
and we will wrap it up by saying, Archip there, the land is green, but the sun shining.
Wow,
Ah,
beautiful.
all right.
All right.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. We
Yes,
hope you
thank you
had
so
fun
much.
discussing our culture and tradition and taking part in our discussions tonight. I sure
Yes,
did.
yes,
Yes,
thank you
and
so
we
much.
will see you for episode 6 next week on
Desert Girl
Desert Girls
Live.
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 Thank you,
Bye. Good night,
everyone.
Everyone.
everybody. Thank you,
Bye,
ladies.
everyone.
Thank
Bye.
you again.
Take
Bye.
care. See you next week.